Ernie Foster of Hatteras describes the various sections of Hatteras Village. Barbara Garrity Blake interviewed Mr. Foster in 2003 for the Cape Hatteras National Seashore Ethnohistory Project. The Outer Banks Community Foundation provided funds to digitize the original recording.
And were there different sections of the village?
This from roughly from right about here, right where the boats are on down. All this section of the village was called Sticky Bottom.
Sticky Bottom?
It was low. I mean,
like that.
Half of those. There'd be one little place like that clump of trees, and then there'd be a path at a normal tide that might be damp, and you'd have boards and little wooden footbridges connecting these clumps. I would say roughly half of the land that you see now, over half of it, if you count these new developments, has been pumped up and created. It was more like the little place next door and lower.
And it was Sticky Bottom versus just regular the village.
Yeah, well, that was Sticky Bottom, and then the other place, then you call it up past the red light. Everybody say that's up the road.
Up the road.
And then out by the Gulf Station and Roccos Pizza. Are you familiar with those areas? Well, there's a road that if you turn at the Gulf Station and go out that way. That was the Bread and Coffee Ridge.
The Bread and Coffee.
Bread and Coffee Ridge.
Ridge. Why was it called that?
Well, there's a ridge there. I don't know where the bread and coffee came from. I just knew what they called it.
Very nice, though, isn't it? Bread and coffee.
And then, are you familiar with where the bakery is? Right you come in the village, Taste Buds.
I think so.
First houses you come to if you're coming into the village.
Right.
Well, back over in those trees, you can probably have noticed some what looked to be old island homes. That was called the Point. They lived out to the Point.
Oh, okay. That's a lot of different sections for one small village, isn't it? Did people talk about people that, so-and-so lives over at the Point, so-and-so Sticky Bottom?
I don't know. I wasn't much aware of that.
Yeah.
And there was probably some of that, just like the Northern and Southern Methodist churches. We were all in it together. Probably one of the things that in reflection on growing up here that I liked is that the difference between the haves and the have-nots was so small that everybody was in it together. I liked that.